Hello students, welcome to maths class. Till last class we have learned up to question number 6. Now we will see question number 7. In the given figure, angle Q is greater than angle R. PA is the bisector of angle QPR and PM perpendicular to QR. To prove APM is equal to half angle Q minus R. So here it is given that PM is perpendicular to QR, means angle M is 90 degree. We know that sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degree, and exterior angle theorem also we have learned before. So here in question number 7, sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Then in triangle PQR, angle P plus Q plus R will be 180 degree. In triangle PQR, angle P plus Q plus angle R is 180 degree. Sum of three angles, since the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Now, since it is given 90 degree, angle M 90 degree, to get it 90 degree, we will divide both sides by 2. Then half angle P plus angle Q plus angle R is equal to 180 by 2, dividing both sides by 2. Dividing both sides by 2. Then 290. Getting half angle P plus angle Q plus angle R is equal to 90 degree. Let it remain. Now in triangle MPQ, so here one more information is given here, that is PA bisector. PA bisector of angle QPR. Therefore angle APQ will be half of angle P. Again angle APQ. Angle APQ will be half of the angle P, since PA bisects angle QPR. It is given here, QPR. Now in triangle MPQ, sum of two angles will be 90. Angle Q plus angle MPQ will be 90 because angle M 90 degree alone. Angle Q plus angle MPQ is 90 degree, since angle M alone 90 degree here. Therefore the value of angle MPQ is 90 degree minus that angle Q, transferring to the right side as minus. Now our work is to prove angle APM. Angle APM is half of angle Q minus angle R. Therefore angle APM equal to angle APQ, bigger one, APM, this angle is equal to bigger than Q minus angle this one, that is MPQ minus MPQ. Now we will place the values. Angle APQ, it is keeping ready here, half angle P minus MPQ angle MPQ, its value is 90 degree minus angle Q. Then half angle P minus 90 degree minus into minus plus angle Q. Now we will place the value for 90 degree. It is ready here. Equal to half angle P minus for 90 degree, putting its value, that is half for 90 degree. How much can be placed? Now half angle P plus angle Q plus angle R. For 90 its value is placed plus angle Q. Then half angle P, bracket opening, then minus half angle P plus into minus half angle Q, again plus into minus half angle R. Then half angle minus P plus half angle P minus half angle P cancelled, then getting here plus angle Q. The plus angle Q minus half angle Q, this one arrange positive one first and then negative, minus half angle R. Then taking LCM here 2, then 2 into angle Q, twice angle Q minus angle Q minus half angle R. Therefore 2 angle Q minus angle Q is half angle Q remaining minus half angle R. Then taking common half from both, then remaining here angle Q minus angle R. So it was to prove, it is proved. So it is completed here. So let's see question number 8. Prove that a triangle must have at least 2 acute angles. So this is our question. A triangle must have at least 2 acute angles. So draw a triangle A, B, C. So we know that sum of 3 angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Then if we add all these angles A plus B plus C, we must get 180 degree. Not less than 180 or not more than 180 degree. So if a triangle is having 2 right angles, suppose, then right angle means 90 degree. Then 90 plus 90, 180 degree gone, then third angle is 0. And if third angle not there, then there is no triangle. It will not form triangle. So that is why a triangle cannot have 2 right angles. So let's try to prove it. Let angle B 90 degree and angle C also 90 degree. Angle C also 90 degree. Let us take 2 right angles. Therefore, angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180 degree, because we know the sum, since the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So sum of the angles 180 degree. So we have taken angle B 90 degree and angle C also 90 degree. 2 right angles taken. So in this case 90 plus 90, 180 equal to 180 degree. Therefore, value of angle A 180 minus 180. So this is 0. Then if angle A 0, third angle not there, then it cannot form triangle. Therefore, no triangle can be formed. So when two right angles in a triangle, then that cannot be triangle. It cannot form a triangle. So let us take one right angle and one obtuse angle. Obtuse angle is that which is bigger than 90 but less than 360. So let angle B is 90 and angle C be obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means more than 90 degree. Therefore, in this case also angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180 degree. Therefore, the value of angle A will be that 180. B and C both transferring right side, angle B plus angle C. So it is 180 minus angle B 90 degree of course, plus angle C also obtuse angle which is more than 90. So this is going to be then 90. If this is more than 90, then 90 plus 90, 180. If it is more than 180, then it will become negative. So which is negative. So if it is negative, then the measure of angle cannot be negative. So in this case also no triangle. It cannot form triangle. No triangle can be formed. No triangle can be formed. So from here we can conclude that any triangle that must have at least two angles equate means below 90 degree. So from here we can conclude that therefore every triangle has at least two equate angles. Chapter 6 is concluded. Now we will start chapter 7, which is about congruence of a triangle. Now we will know the congruency condition. Condition to be congruent of two triangles. Congruency condition. Two triangles can be congruent when all the sides are equal. S for side, all the sides are equal, three sides are equal. Side, angle, side. When two sides and one angle equal, two triangles can be congruent. Or these are the three, and fourth one is also is there, that is right angle, hypotenuse and side. So RHS, this is also one of the conditions that are right angle, hypotenuse and side. So here also it comes under rule 2, that is side angle side, two sides one angle. So these are the conditions when two triangles can be congruent. So let's see exercise 7.1, question number 1. Given to us AC equal to AD and AB bisects angle A. AB bisecting angle A means equally dividing into two parts. Now our work is to show two triangles are congruent. Triangle ABD and triangle BBAC. These two triangles are congruent. So let us try to prove it. In triangle ABD and triangle BAC. So in triangle ABD, here AD equal to AC, it is given to us. AC equal to AD. ABD, in this triangle AD comes, so here it is AD, and in triangle BAC, it is AC. It is given to us. And this AB bisecting these two, so these two angles are equal, so angle BAD is equal to the angle, this one, that is BAC. Why these two are equal? Now here AB bisects, since AB bisects angle A. Bisecting means dividing equally into two parts. Now there are two things given to us, and one more information is there that we have to find out, that is both the triangles having one common side, same side, that is AB. So AB is equal to AB, which is called common side. This is called common side. Both the triangles having same side, so that is common side. Therefore triangle ABD is congruent to the triangle BAC under which condition? Now two sides, one angle, SAS congruency or criteria. Congruency. Now, if these two triangles are congruent, then what will happen? No, other two parts also will be equal. Therefore, BD equal to AC. BD, other two sides also will be equal. Therefore, BD is equal to BC. This is called corresponding parts also will be equal if two triangles are congruent. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Full form is corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Third part, now if two triangles are congruent, then ABD will be equal to BAC. That is also possible. Therefore, angle ABD is equal to angle BAC. This is also under same region, that is corresponding parts are equal. So it is proved here. So we will know in details in the next class. So thank you children for watching and learning. We will meet you in the next class.